Good evening, folks. Welcome in here on Into Sports NKCHS. My name is Brennan Kanabe. With me, as always, for these kind of games, Mr. Luke Casebolt.
How you doing, everyone?
And we've got a doozy for you tonight. North Kansas City taking on Oak Park. A rivalry that is deep as it gets, dating all the way back to the 1960s and 70s. These teams have taken heads. North Kansas City will also travel to Oak Park this Friday to play a football contest. That one will be on Spectrum Sports. In the earlier season matchup, Northtown took down Oak Park in a 4-set matchup. And we are about to get started here.
And two teams, one team with the Hornets, they found their groove in these past couple games. I mean, they kind of had a slow start, a slow little 2-week period, but they came back and right now they're kind of rolling, looking for a conference champion, especially with Oak Park being in the conference. And it's just great. But Oak Park, on the other hand, not really getting their groove on. Last week against Tonka, on Thursday, they did beat, but they still haven't really found their groove this season. Hopefully by the playoffs, they can find their groove and find what they need to do here. So it's just two teams just trying to fight that spot for conference and district right now.
And this one means a lot, as North Kansas City could realistically put a grasp on the conference title and remain undefeated in conference. They have 5 conference games remaining. St. Joe Central on Thursday will be another big one. North Kansas City will start with serve. And Delisa Calvin, the libero, will serve to start this one. She was switched into that libero spot just a couple weeks ago. Just a couple weeks ago is a vast understatement, given that it was last Thursday.
Yeah.
And Estes will get a quick tap to start this one.
Especially because she got the libero during the game, which is something you don't really see in volleyball.
Or at all, at any level of play.
Any level is just switched out right there, and that really helped them get that win last Thursday.
That is changing your starting quarterback, as that one toes the line just the way you draw it up. North Kansas City, a 2-0 lead behind Delisa Calvin. A hot start from behind the line.
I feel like a big part for this Hornet team to get ready and secure this win is if Calissa Minity shows up today. If she shows up, because last week she didn't really show up until about the 4th set, which is good. That's a later set, but But if she shows up early today, this game will be rolling and hopefully secure them a win and get good for conference.
And if I'm going to be totally honest, if Calissa Minity doesn't show up, North Kansas City still probably wins this game on paper.
But it is sports, and you can't really predict.
Paper
anything.
is on paper, keyword. 2-1, Oak Park to serve. A set to the far side, off of Maya McBride. Last touched by Kira Cherry in North Kansas City. A 3-1 lead to get us going here. Estes will step behind the line.
It's really opposite of what happened last Thursday, or on Thursday, because the Hornets weren't really finding their move and finding out what they need to do to secure more points. It really took them to about the 3rd set to really get going, and that's not really what you want to see, but they really showed out right here in the 1st set.
3-2 start. Oak Park to serve. Back to serve for them. The DS, that's Malia Rulon. And Estes, a decent pass up front. Set by Otis, and Minity brings it down. And Calissa Minity says hello to begin this one.
This is what you like to see,
Fortitude.
Especially from a quiet game last week. Just come out here, first opportunity she gets, just to get the kill right there.
And that's a good start for her. As you just mentioned, it'll be the freshman Diaz to send it away, played by Cherry up front. Cherry's got a pretty big brace on her arm. Likely a wrist injury, and Traviana Neal will send it away. Tried to save it as Michaela Horn. Unable to. And 5-2 now in favor of North Kansas City. another great serve, a free ball, and nothing you can do about that.
Already a great start right here for the Hornets. Way, way better than Thursday against Staley, which I get it. It was a big, big matchup, but this is still a big matchup. But right here, I mean, you could tell the confidence is a lot bigger and a lot better since it was on the last game.
It also was a different bit of rhythm as last week. I mean, you had to sit and watch the full varsity contest before, and that one went to 3 sets, I believe. So it's longer than it usually is as Cherry sends that one long. We've got a 7-2 ball game. And realistically, it just kind of threw off the whole rhythm of things. The gym looked different. There were games going on behind us. So you can credit them for being a little bit off schedule there as Cherry's going to find the back line, or side to sideline rather. And Oak Park brings it to a 7-3 ball game. Cherry will step back behind the line now. Once again sporting that heavily taped right wrist. And Calvin going to step back, make the smart business decision, and let it go.
And it's also these past couple games, too, the student section has really showed out also. It's great to see because you don't really – I mean, you see that at a lot of places, but it's really great to see the student section, you know, support this volleyball team and support every sport, because there's been a good student section in almost all the sports this fall.
And I totally agree, and I really think that outside of the fact that the district that these two teams fall in is the district of death, with both of the Liberty schools in there, if it wasn't for that, these teams would have a chance to get to that second level. But realistically, given Liberty North could possibly be the state championship game, but instead we're going to see it in the first week of the playoffs. If you cannot tell how I feel, as Michaela Horn's going to come upstairs, make it an 8-5 ball game. Stays Oak Park serve. Lindsay Robinette, the setter / defensive specialist, steps behind the line. And should be a free ball for Oak Park. And it'll fall outside nonetheless. 8-6 now. Oak Park putting a little run in. North Kansas City's got to set up an offense. That was one thing that they did struggle with is passing free balls. If they're able to do that, they should be in a good position tonight. Minity will play it. A good pass to Otis. A back set. Minity up top.
She has shown up.
You want to talk about a battery. Otis and Minity, Manoa and Kirk. I'm trying to think of pitchers the Yankees had when they were really good. Nonetheless. Go quiet as Minity sends it away. Far side Horn will just have to tip it over.
I just really like what the Hornets are doing.
And a great dump by Otis.
And that right there is just a textbook play that just went perfect. It just went great.
I remember last year she would do that about 7 times a game, and I think it worked all 7 times.
I mean, it's kind of a simple play, but if it just works perfectly and the other team just doesn't really see it, it just goes.
Well, I was told I didn't give her enough credit on the broadcast, so credit. 10-7. Bello unable to play it, and Bello has been on the struggle bus much out of her own control as she's been dealing with a nagging right ankle injury. And you can tell in warm-up, she didn't look to be 100%, but she's still out there. Just doesn't have a lot of lift out of that right ankle. Set up for Bello. It's off the block. And played off the hands of Malia Albright. Vanderbeek to serve. Played well, far side. And Minity.
Just saved right there.
Just saved. A free ball for North Kansas City here. Pass back Otis, far side. Bello got a hand on it as Cherry, but it'll fall off.
I feel like if she didn't get the hand on it, that would have been a little bit too long and would have been a point favor for Oak Park. But I feel like that would have been, you know, I feel like that if she didn't put the hand on it, that would have been too long.
It's a judgment call. You can never quite tell. I got told again by Matty Otis that I need to stop talking about things that I'm 50 feet away from. And that one falls long, a good business decision.
Yep.
It'll go back to North Kansas City. A good dig by Otis over to Calvin. Free ball for Oak Park. Vanderbeek back Cherry off the block. Unable to save it. Cherry picks up the kill. It's 12-10. Oak Park, a back and forth first set. North Kansas City has seen the lead for about 90% of it. And Coleman will check in to serve. Back set, McBride will be off the block and go to Oak Park.
That's just something you love.
So it's off the net, rather.
This is something you love to see. I mean,
12-11.
Never mind. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was off the net, not somebody's hand.
I apologize.
Good pass, and Kylie Estes.
Just barely pushing over, just finding the gap right there where no one was right there. I mean, because usually you like to just smack it right there, get the kill. But like, if you can just barely just tap it up, it's just perfect. Just putting the egg in the basket.
Estes just shoots floaters. She's like, you remember the pass that Mahomes threw to CEH on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's that. She is literally that.
Well, especially because like if you don't want to, just throw like deep downfield, just find like the short gap and just find right there, find the right band. That's what she did right there. But just find the hole in the gap right there. Just you don't really need to spike it down, hit it, hit it long. But what you need to do is that's just off the face right there from Calissa. That might be a little black eye in the morning.
That one's gonna hurt. 14-11, North Kansas City maintains serve. It's Katie Nguyen, who's also sporting some wrist tape tonight. Sends it away. Cherry misplays it. North Kansas City picks up an ace. Katie Nguyen back behind the line. That's an interesting take by Cherry to play that one. She had back help, but made the decision.
Well, especially when you get into these situations and you get into the part like you don't really know what's happening around the field, which you should, but it's just. I'm going to stop right there and just talk about Calissa Mendes, because we were talking about before the game is that will she show up? And right now in this first set, she has shown up.
In her defense, she shows up 98.5% of the time. I think one game in the last 3 years she didn't show up, and it's just unfair.
Just talk about someone who's on a roll right now.
It's not fair.
It's just that's what you really have to do is just talk about someone who's on a roll. And Calissa Mendes has been on the road. She's looking to just have a great momentum going straight into college.
She looks like
Minnesota.
Looks like the number 20 player in the country. Yeah,
yes,
that's how that works.
I feel like she should go up, because especially going into Minnesota. I mean, there's a lot of great players.
It's funny. It's funny that Missouri and Kansas for volleyball are like the way Texas is for football. Like they consistently produce 15 of the top 20 players in the nation. Skylar Pierce, number 1 in the class of 24. Number 1 libero in the country is Ryan McAleer, the class of 24. Ella Swindle out of Rockbridge is the number 7 player in the country, the number 1 setter in the country. She's once again out of Rockbridge. These are just people I can think of off the top of my head. Carly Cisneros is prep volleyball's number 1 player in the country out of Liberty North for the class of 24. And Calissa Mendes obviously falls somewhere in there. There's so much talent. We are in the cesspool of talent for volleyball in the nation, and it is ridiculous. Nguyen serves it away. And
just talk about someone who's on a roll.
Kaylee Coleman just made a business decision to get away from that one. That is a business decision. And Katie Nguyen stays behind the line. She might as well stand there. And off the block again, nothing. Oh, there'll be nothing going. Calissa Minity, third kill in a row. She is on a roll. Katie Nguyen's going to step back behind the line for the 39th consecutive play. Hyperbolic statements are my favorite. Set over far side, Vanderbeek. Off the hands of Calvin, and that one falls. Oak Park finally back on the board. And Rulon steps behind the line to serve. Sophomore DS, we saw her in the JV contest just a little bit. Played close to the net. Otis will have to try to stay out of it, and Minity pulls it long. 19-13. Oak Park needing a bit of a run on the back of Rulon here to get back into this one. Calvin plays it. Set Otis. McBride didn't get the memo. Far side, off the block, splits it, is Grace Vanderbeek, and that's an excellent play for a freshman to make. Splitting the block when half of the block is Calissa Minity.
Well, especially you mentioned like a freshman. As you see on the roster for Oak Park, a lot of these people, a lot of them are lower classmen.
They've got a young team.
It's a really young team with a lot of potential. I mean, they haven't really showed it this year because, you know, the teams they played and just haven't really found the momentum. But this is a really young team that I can see in the next, like, maybe 2 or 3 years just really
flourishing.
Just really pop up out of nowhere. It's kind of
they've got a very, all of Oak Park's teams have incredible futures. A good kill up top by Kira Cherry.
It's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like the North Kansas City Hornet football team like 6 years ago when they had, you know, Danny Joyner, Brandon Hall, Jeremy Brown, all those people on JV, and they went like 8-1 on JV, and the varsity went 3-6.
You saw it, yeah.
Yeah, but you saw it. But then all of a sudden, the next year they were all starting varsity, and they went 8-1, and the JV went 3. Like it was kind of like just a little pattern, and you can just see it right there. And especially with a lot of these teams in Northtown right now, is that they've been young the rest of the team, like the rest of for a long time, and all of a sudden just that 1 year they all just grow up on varsity, and it works perfectly fine in their part. And
you can, even on the Oak Park side, I'll make an Oak Park example for you. Ochai Abaji and Caden Evans, who obviously Ochai Abaji in the NBA, and Caden Evans is an excellent player at Emporia State. They, at one point, their freshman year, were playing junior varsity basketball, and then all of a sudden, 3 years later, Ochai Abaji is a 3-star recruit, one of the best players in Missouri, one of the best players in the nation. 4 years later, he wins the national championship at Kansas. So, absolutely, Oak Park has a tendency to develop players really well as Robinette puts the biscuit in the basket. It's 21-17. And these teams are really the opposite in terms of what they're bringing in class size. Oak Park has 3, which is not terrifically high. They have 3 underclassmen on their varsity roster. As Cherry, a misunderstanding, and she's going to fire that one to the backstop. Whereas North Kansas City has a freshman and a sophomore on their varsity roster, and the rest are juniors and seniors. So definitely an older team. If North Kansas City is going to make a big move, you need it this year. And Calissa Minity sends it away just a bit short, 22-18. And Oak Park doing just enough to hang around in this set. In comes Albright. She had a big game last week against Winnetonka here. And Sierra Casey just obliterated somebody's hands on the bench. And off the block, last touch by Albright. North Kansas City is 2 away from winning this first set. We're on good time, too, 6:57. Oak Park will take their first timeout. Second timeout, rather, and we'll take it with them. Be right back with you here on Into Sports in KCHS.
Let's get it.
Malinatus behind the line out of the timeout. North Kansas City to serve with a 5-point cushion. She'll send it away. Casey able to play it far side. Albright just over the block, dug out by Otis. Into the net. North Kansas City will take the point. That was a superb play-by-play on my part. I didn't miss a thing. I'm on fire out of the timeout.
Yep, and here we go, set point.
Luke feeds me a crack rock in between timeouts. I'm kidding.
I don't think that's FCC appropriate.
And into the net again.
This
Mari
is just
Harris.
what you love to see. You know, they should be up by a lot more. You know, it's the first
they won
set.
the first set by 7,
I
so
know,
I'm not going to.
But still, like, it's the first set, and that's just what you'd love to see from the Hornets on the first set. I mean, they didn't really show it last game, but like, this is what you love to see for the first set and what you love to see. It's just a great start for the Hornets right now.
25-18 first set. And we've got a 2-minute break. We'll step away, take it with you, and be right back with you on N2 Sports in KCHS. That was one of the more peculiar timeout conversations we've had.
Yes, it was.
Start a set 2.
Start it. Let's
get her started.
Let's just hope, like, I feel like what I expect with this set is kind of the same thing as last set, but I feel like the Hornets are going to really use the same momentum, the same start off that they had after that timeout for this, because this is just what I love to see.
And a play there on the outside. Bello able to keep it in bounds. And North Kansas City opens with a 1-0 set lead. In comes Traviana Neal. And Calvin fires away. Voice cracks. Casey sends it to Kiricheri, and it'll be a free ball. Set Otis and Estes
Great
They're going to
save.
say it was off the block and forward. Yeah. It was an interesting play. I was fairly certain that one was just off the net.
I like these referees are.
Fun fact: the near side referee is a North Kansas City alum.
Oh.
His name's Allen. I didn't catch his last name, but Chris was down there talking to him before the game. Kaylee Coleman back to serve. Menete plays it. Otis back to McBride off the block. Free ball, and Kira Cherry able to play it off McBride. Oak Park with a 2-1 lead. And I forgot to hit one on that whole possession, so I'm going to hope that looked okay. Joe, I'm relying on the fact that your last shot was good. I was on you for an entire play. McBride, Otis, far side back to, call it end of the net. Yes, end of the net. North Kansas City will take the point. That's okay. Katie Nguyen to serve. Just move on. Nguyen plays it. Casey. Far side. It'll be Vanderbeek on the touch. Menete. A good play there by Neal to play it back. Far side. Sherry doesn't get it over.
I feel like what they're trying to do there. I mean, they were kind of stepping up. I mean, I can't see it from here because we're like 50 feet away. But I feel like
the last 6 plays have been whatever.
That wasn't as close as like I could see up here. Maybe it was as close to get over there, from up here or from down there. But I don't know. I mean, it's just simple mistakes, that you can fix it just quite easily.
Simple mistakes add up when the number 20 player in the country is on the other team. So, and that goes both ways. Kira Cherry is a very good player as well. I can't think of what club she plays for, but she was on an all-star considerations list at one point. That one goes far. Oak Park takes their first lead of the afternoon. And Rulon back to serve. Nguyen plays it. And a good kill by Amaya McBride, and she's pumped up.
This whole team is pumped up right now.
Sophia Harris will serve. And a high looping serve played by Casey up near the net. Tipped over. A good play by Grace Vanderbeek. Gives North Kansas City gives Oak Park a 5-4 lead. Otis. Menete off the block, and North Kansas City able to tie it back up. I've realized how much of my volleyball play-by-play is just saying names.
Yeah,
just
I feel like that's kind of
name.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Neal sends it away. Casey plays it near side.
Think about it, a lot of commentary is just saying names.
It is.
Just in different contexts.
A good save there. Another one. Casey able to send it wide.
Great catch by the line judge. Not the line judge,
the far side official.
Far side official.
Saved you there. Traviana Neal to serve for North Kansas City. Big shout out to the teachers. They're all still here doing parent-teacher conferences. Harris will play it. A good pass. Otis far side. Menete says hello. Put it right in Menete's hands.
There's just nothing you can do there. It's just like, it's kind of like what they do with. I'll give you like a little Northtown reference for like kind of the old heads here, but
the old heads.
Let's say CJ Price. Okay.
Give it to CJ and get out of the way.
Yeah, give it to CJ.
Give it to D'Anthony and get out of the way.
Yeah, give it to who was it last year? Daniel.
Daniel.
Not Daniel.
And off the block again.
Give it to Dallas Whitney.
Well, and I I think we are, and we do this consistently, and we're getting really bad at it, so we're going to stop. This is the official end to this, is that this team is a lot more than just Calissa Minity, and if we look at the way this team has grown, and as I was about to mention how good the passing has been recently, that happens. But announcer's curse. But North Kansas City, they have stepped up in the passing department. I mean, Madeline Otis is the all-time leader here in assists.
Yes.
So it's not just Calissa. A lot of it is Calissa, and Calissa makes it look like a polished product. However, the rest of this team holds its own. And that one off Casey and then off the head of Robinette.
You know, I definitely know what you're saying. It's just kind of like when, it's kind of like with NBC or any Chiefs game, they keep on mentioning Tyreek Hill. They always mention Tyreek Hill. Remember whenever Tyreek Hill was here, if he was looking there for Tyreek Hill,
Tyreek Hill would have caught that ball.
Yeah, and it kind of gives away from what about the rest of the team?
Yeah.
Like the rest of the team wasn't just Tyreek Hill. You know, it wasn't just Tyreek Hill who won us that Super Bowl.
Right.
It wasn't just Tyreek Hill who won those up. You know, it just, you got to look at the whole team and then make your decision. Yeah, there'll be great players that will stand out more than other players, but still, you got to feel the chemistry and feel the way.
Yeah,
the team
I mean, it's a team game, and Calvin, the libero, will send that one wide. And North Kansas City has had some serve-receive struggles over the past 2 weeks. I was actually putting together for the games that we're doing that are upcoming. Since I have enough film now, I'm going to try to put together some reels to show on broadcasts. And one of them was over how North Kansas City has struggled in serve receive over the past couple weeks.
Kind of like a replay system?
Yeah, and Bello's going to play that one into the net. We're back to tie.
And you can definitely see right there that she didn't really
labored.
She didn't have that much momentum to jump and lean off a foot. She barely even jumped at all.
And it's we can sit here and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not gonna. Obviously, if she was not good to play, Katie McEwen, the trainer who's courtside, would say something. But she just seems like she's not 100%. And that's why we haven't seen a lot of Shige Gong. She is also dealing with a back injury. Horn will send it long. North Kansas City back in control. But if this team is fully healthy, the chemistry they have is very, very good. And my best bet is that they are going to win a conference title. And an ace for Otis.
Well, especially if they take care of this conference foe and this rival foe, and then they will be really big front runners for the conference.
Realistically have to win 2 more games to win the conference, and the big one will be Truman. I think Fort Osage can be a 3 or 4 set game, and Otis this time serves, received by Horn. Free ball for North Kansas City up front, and Estes, Casey plays it. Horn, another free ball. And McBride. Some opportunity for offense here into the block. And Oak Park able to win the long rally on the kill from Michaela Horn. It's 11-10, second set. Luke, can you tell me what happened in the year 11-10?
Something in the Renaissance.
No, it's pre-Renaissance, but good try.
Same thing.
And a free ball coming for Oak Park.
I love history, but not like...
That's prehistory. It's before 1100. It's before they had like written history. And Kira Cherry fires a bullet from the back row. The first time we've really seen Kira Cherry just step up and fire one so far tonight. And Michaela Horn will step behind the line to serve as I get ready to yell at the 6 people that are about to walk back here. I'll do play-by-play of me yelling from now on. Otis, far side, Estes, off the hands of Casey in North Kansas City. Back in control.
I feel like if they didn't touch it, it would have went long. But it's still 50-50. 50-50.
Delisa Calvin back to serve. Sends it away. And it'll just be tapped over. Otis has to save it from the net. And that one finds the back line. Cherry ties us at 12. And just about midway through set number 2,
You know
Oak
what
Park
happened
hanging in there.
in the year 12-12?
I think of all of the events in the 1200 relative to Magna Carta, which was 1215. So it is 3 years before the Magna Carta. You hear that?
Yes, I did.
And McBride into the block. Rolls down the front side of Lambright.
It's really
and North Kansas City back in front.
It's really a lot closer than we would
We're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
And Katie Nguyen to serves as soon as we can find the volleyball. She'll travel under the bleachers. We're going to give you play-by-play. The ball finding committee.
There she is.
Come on out. She didn't get the volleyball. That's what we have equipment managers for. Grace Vanderbeek, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Nguyen now to play it, 13-12. And off the block, Minity sends it over. And she wins the battle up front over Malia Landbright. 14-12, North Kansas City. And Xavier Brown has retrieved the volleyball. Katie Nguyen, a soft serve up top, far side, off the block. Otis plays it well. And not tipped. Oak Park will pick up the point, 14-13 the count. It's game point in street basketball.
Depends on what you're playing, Tim.
15. And Aaron Judge leads off the Yankees game with the Rangers with his 62nd home run of the season to break the American League record, and in some baseball fans' minds, the league record, the non-steroid record, and Minity with the hook shot. Good set by Otis, and it's 15-13 North Kansas City.
If we could get to 73 maybe next couple years.
I was going to say, unless he homers in his next 11 at-bats.
Next 11 at-bats, but
I don't know. It's incredible if he does, and he's not juicing, which I don't think he is.
Would be the first Yankee to juice.
Right.
Maybe take some tips from A-Rod. So I don't know.
And a long rally we've got going that we have called absolutely none of. Cherry will punch it over, and we'll have a free ball for North Kansas City. Back set Otis. Minity off the block.
Who will come up with this one?
Yeah, this is a back and forth one. Nobody has any energy left in this point. Calissa Minity says hello. Oak Park able to defend it well. Horn sends it away. A high looping pass. It's going to come down. That's still live. We've seen it all. Bingo card is checked off. And it's far.
And it goes to the Hornets.
You want to talk about how long that play was? That one volley was 46 minutes long. Okay.
That was
a long play. We transcribed 4 subject areas in that. We were talking about baseball when that play started. Harris will send it away. Horn. And Cherry puts it wide. Kira Cherry has been played well up top. She's just got to find that sideline. 17-13, Oak Park will take a timeout. We'll take it with them and be right back with you here on N2 Sports in KCHS. And we're back. I am down a hat, and it's 17-13 in set number 2.
What happened to the hat, brother?
Elise took it. Coleman pushes far side. Vanderbeek off the block, and it falls. Oak Park. A good play out of the timeout. A 17-14 ball game. Cherry to serve. Cherry sends it away, and everybody watches as it falls long. Service error, and here comes Travion O'Neal. Cherry plays it. Coleman back set to the net, off the block. A good save by Oak Park. Off the block again. And Bello tries to find the soft spot. Good dig by Cherry. And that one caught just enough of the block to find that back line. Will be 18-15 now in favor of North Kansas City, but Oak Park will take the serve. Lindsay Robinette to serve. Yeah, Bella just doesn't have much lift.
About to say, because she does not look 100% out there. Like she does not like.
Well, you have two options, realistically, and that's play. You don't have another hitter with Gong's back bothering her. If that's still the case, you don't have another option. Bella will pick up a kill there, and now with the rotation, Estes will check in and give some frontline help. Behind the line goes Minity.
It's kind of been a pretty fast set. I didn't realize that we're already close to 20 points.
Horn sends it over. Would have just found the back line. A good play. And a free ball for Oak Park. Nothing is free in this world. Free ball for North Kansas City. Otis dumps. I feel like I'm calling poker right now, and Michaela Horn puts it into the net. North Kansas City 2016. What happened in the year 2016?
Last great year. Actually, no, I feel like 2018 was the best great year. 2016, a lot of things happened in 2016.
Was that the Royals World Series year?
2015. 2016 was the Cavs.
Yes. That was the year the Indians played the Cubs in the World Series, correct?
Yes, and the drought ended with the Cubs.
The drought was ending regardless.
The drought was ending with Cleveland. There wasn't really a drought.
73-9 Warriors team, Kobe's last year. Won the Super Bowl in 2016.
I believe it was the Patriots because they beat the Falcons with 28-3. No, 2016. The 2016 year.
Heck of a play on the outside, and it'll be a double.
The 2016 year was
another thing that I got yelled at for. I called it two taps. That upset somebody.
The 2016 year was the Denver Broncos, but the 2016 season was the Patriots.
Okay, yeah. Because Broncos beat Cam Newton and effectively ended his career.
Yeah, in the year 2016, it was the 2015 season, but it was in the year 2016.
And Estes gets it on the way down. Lambright and Horn miscommunicate. 22-8-17, and Oak Park. North Kansas City takes a timeout? I don't know who took the timeout, but nonetheless, there's a timeout. We'll step away, take it with them, be right back with you on Into Sports in KCHS. We'll now send you over to the live coverage of the Yankees game where Aaron Judge will take a nap. I'm kidding. I hated when college football teams were doing that. I was so mad. And Otis will send it away out of the timeout. Played by Horn, far side.
It was also because when they would see Judge, he would either strike out or get walked.
Yeah.
But when he would actually hit it,
dude,
it would be like
they would pimp it like it was going to be the farthest hit ball of all time, and it's a fly out to shallow center. I thought he hit his 61st like 13 times. And a good play, McBride, the side spin, and it's 23-17. Yep, number 7, my 7th notification. Jesus. Otis sends it away, played by Horn again. Casey will just tap it over. Otis will have to run for that one. She yells at Bella to move, and Bella picks up the kill. Communication goes a long ways, folks. 24-17. Madeline Otis serving set point. And that one's far. An ace for Otis to end the set. North Kansas City takes a 2-0 lead.
This is still just a great. I mean, it ended.
They ran away with it at the end.
Yeah, it ended with the same point deficit. By 1 point, but still, this is just a great way to end it. And as with that, we will take a break, and we'll get back with you as we start the third set of this game. We'll be right back out with you on NKCHS and 2 Sports.
And we're back at it like a bad habit, set number 3. This one could be the decisive.
Me and Brennan were watching the home run of Aaron Judge, and let's just say that a fan might have got hurt. A fan might have gotten hurt. He might have.
Both ACLs gone. We're gonna Send you over to Yankee Stadium for the celebration of. Delisa Callan behind the line. We're going to do minimalist play-by-play for this set. I'm going to do Gus Johnson play-by-play. Callan behind the line.
Great one. He's here all night, folks.
No kidding. Horn, just
especially
a bit outside.
Especially when the good old basketball season starts, it's going to be some long
Me and
nights.
Joe sounded like UFC commentators half the games. Oh my God! Hey, Vion Webb. We have a new sound system, so it shouldn't sound like we're in a war
especially
zone.
the Raytown game last year.
He missed it.
When he missed it, and all you could hear was.
It cut out so bad. He missed it. He missed it. That was one of the most emphatic calls of my life, and it ended up sounding awful. That's okay. You play the game, right?
Yeah, you
1-1, set number 3.
Oh, volleyball. Let's get it. Let's go.
We're calling all the sports. Otis will have to run for that one. Neal. Far side, or near side, rather, Vanderbeek. And she sends it into the 4th row. North Kansas City back on top. 2-1. Yeah, what were you thinking, Lisa, as the whole internet listens to your conversation? It's like having a public phone conversation.
Oh, we love those.
Yeah, near the net. Vanderbeek sends it in. Delisa Calvin made the dive, unable to make the play. It's 2-2. And Rulon will head back behind the line. And a good bowl to Rulon.
Did you know that College Game Day is coming to Lawrence?
Coming to Lawrence, yes. And Liana Wyness going to send the bark away. It's a pass near the net. Otis able to dig it out, but it's off the side of Amaya McBride. Oak Park takes a 3-2 lead. Rulon sends it away. And Minity sends it to not inbounds, and it is 4-2. Fortitude. Here on N2 Sports. And that I hope his hot dog tastes very good for the fact that he just walked right in front of my camera. I'm just saying what we're all thinking. An illegal attack. Yeah, well, Lisa wants to know where the bathroom is. Thank you guys for listening to that one.
It's a great day.
Great day. 5-2. Ooh.
It's really
a good start to the set. Ooh, I guess I don't know how to do math. It's really 5-3. Don't let me lie to you.
It's not really that.
Oh, no, it is 6-2. I was right.
It's not really that. This is not really a good start for the Hornets right here.
There you go. English.
Words. I don't think that this is. It's gonna be great. All they need to do is take this time out, come out. It'll be great. I mean, they need a little breather. I feel like they got. I'm not gonna say anything bad, but I feel like they got maybe 2 up in their heads.
Yeah.
Like 2 big-headed, and saying that it was great. Like we got this, but
yeah, they let off the gas. It looks like
they kind of got humbled a little bit. But I feel like that right now this will be their part. Well, calm down a little bit.
Getting punched in the face at the beginning of games is a North Kansas City thing. It is. I think I've called this my 112th game. In the high 80s at Northtown. And I think I have gotten 40 of them have been North Kansas City struggles at the beginning of a set or at the beginning of a quarter, and they go on to win. So it's just an old school term, and that one's going to fall just long. Probably as close as you can get it, and Rulon now. Here comes Estes for Nguyen. Rulon. Estes will play it. And Calissa Minity off the block, played well by Rulon. Good pass, Estes. Otis sets up Minity. If at first you do not succeed, dust yourself off and try again.
Right,
North Kansas City.
The perfect way to come out of a timeout. Just find the hole, find the person that you need to get.
Find your offense.
Just find the offense, reconstruct what you need to do, and it's just perfect.
It worked.
It's a perfect way to come out.
It didn't, and done diddly worked.
A lot of puzz there.
Pup. Sorry for anyone watching. I feel bad now. Harris sends it away. Good dig there. Far side. Vanderbeek played well. Otis sends it to Neal, and Neal caught the bottom side, or the top side of the ball. Back to Oak Park, an 8-3 advantage for the Lady Okies. Kara Cherry will serve. And here in about 15 seconds, those people are going to get yelled at. Calvin will give Oak Park a free ball. Otis, far side. Minity finds the line. Put it in the side pocket. That is elite ball placement.
There is elite ball placement.
Elite ball placement. Neal to serve, sends it away. And misplayed by Cherry, and Casey took a dive near the bench. Ooh, an ace for Traviana Neal. This is insert my game reminder that her brother, Iverson Neal, was a frequent flyer on this network for very many moons. Cherry has to make a tough dig again, and Calissa Minity.
You can't stop right there. She saw the opportunity. The ball was coming right to her. She saw the opportunity and took up and jumped right on it.
If the pass is too far by two feet, Minity is going to smack it down every single time.
Especially when there was no one there.
Yeah, and another difficult play here. It'll be a good setup for some offense. Otis Minity pushes over, nobody home. North Kansas City puts in the charge, and all of a sudden we've got a one-point ball game. Neal behind the line. She's on a bit of a roll. And Casey unable to play it. An ace for Neal.
See, like I said, they just needed that timeout.
Needed the timeout.
They needed a timeout. They were down by, I feel,
five.
By 5. They're down by 5. Come out of the timeout, score 5 straight, tie it up, and you're perfect.
And off the block, North Kansas City takes their first lead of set number 3.
That is just what you like to see. That is just what you just
love to see it. Love to see it. Traviana Neal will step back behind the line.
It just calmed them down just a little bit, and it just made it work perfectly.
And the streak is broken as Oak Park ties it back up. They were finally able to create offense. For most of that run, it was just either a bad pass or not a great set. Really gave North Kansas City an opportunity.
What happened in the year 1999, because there's no
1999.
What happened in the big year 1999?
People thought the world were going to end. The Clinton presidency. And Calissa Minity finds the back line. It's 10-9.
Back 9 point.
Calissa Minity back to serve for the Hornets. Libero.
If this was ESPN.
And just almost saved it there by Minity, but will go to a point to Oak Park. As going back to serve
Kids.
will be Vanderbeek.
10-10. Vanderbeek to serve. We're back. Had to yell at some kids.
Had to do some play-by-play.
It's like a weekly thing for me. Otis sets up Estes, and Estes aims for the line judge. Oak Park back in control, 11-10. And Bello tips it over. Harris on the far near side, and she sends it into the net. North Kansas City 11-11.
Tall kid with the afro. What's his name?
Otis back to serve. Casey off the hands. Free ball for North Kansas City.
Almost got hit by the net there.
Yeah. And Bella will just have to slowly play it over. Far side, near side, Harris. Bello near the net, tips into the block. A good block by Lambright rather. Excuse me.
Timed it perfectly and
Yeah.
executed it perfectly right there. There's just nothing you can really do right there to fight off that block right there.
And able to find the gap. Back to tied in set number 3.
I've seen a theme here in these past couple sets, is that it will start off good for one team, and then once in the middle of the set happens, it will get really, really close, and then once the end of the set happens,
somebody pulls away.
Pulls away. I've been really noticing that the past couple games I've called here with you.
We have very contested sets until about the 18th point. And call it 4. Nobody got a hand on it. North Kansas City takes the lead 13-12. Calvin sends it away. Good serve. And it'll be called a double. North Kansas City 14-12. 15 to serve. A slight delay. And Oak Park has been struggling to get a pass off and serve receive. And McBride with a kill. 15-12, and just like you said, it seems like North Kansas City is kind of gradually pushed into the momentum here. And they've got a lead with just 10 points to go.
This is definitely what you just love to see.
And Delisa Calvin sends it wide at the Oak Park bench, 15-13. Oak Park gets serve back. Kaylee Coleman, the setter, back to serve. Neal off the net. She is excellent at that one little shot. And Otis on the run for it. It's off the block, able to be kept up. A good defensive possession for North Kansas City. Far side, Cherry, good, well defended, but far. 15-14. That's one thing that kind of sucks about where we're sitting at, is it looked for a second like that ball was still in play, but it was far. And then you can tell gradually that it was towards the bench. 15-14, Oak Park putting in a surge here. And nobody will get to it. It's an ace for Coleman, and we're tied.
Well, I feel like it's always like maybe the third set too that really gets more and more tighter, because first off, you don't want to lose a game by 3-0, so they really buckle down and really try to really force it.
It's called a gentleman's sweep. And Estes, again, the finesse, far side, off the block. Otis will play it. A free ball saved by North Kansas City. And another free ball for Oak Park, far side. Cherry up top. Saved by Otis.
Oh.
And McBride and Estes didn't know it was still in play. Oak Park takes a 16-15 lead. And we saw this happen in the contest between these two teams. It was at Oak Park as North Kansas City just kind of had an offset. And McBride short arms it. Oak Park on a run. 5 straight for him. And North Kansas City, obviously you're hesitant to take that second timeout with a 2-0 lead. Only down 2 in the set, but if this starts to balloon a little bit, expected timeout. Minity plays it. Otis, backside. Estes off the block, and it goes to North Kansas City. 17-16, and Nguyen will check in for Estes, and she will serve.
Nguyen to serve for the Hornets.
Good serve. Cherry plays it far side, near side rather, and Albright. Lambright. I keep saying Albright. Lambright
Oak
picks
Park
up the kill.
really starting to find a little momentum here, and the Hornets really need to stop it right here. So they really want to get this done and over with. I feel like Oak Park's really kind of found that little spark right here. There's just 2 in section.
We can't hear you because there's none of them. Near the net, Otis just has to play it. Both play it with her left hand. Cherry shoves. Nguyen unable to get there.
The spark is.
That's really the downside to Nguyen's defensive ability, as she is kind of limited range-wise. And North Kansas City will take that final timeout. We'll take it with them and be right back here on the N2 Sports in KCHS Network. (16-19), Oak Park serve. Rulon behind the line. Otis plays it. Off the block. North Kansas City able to keep it alive. The offense has sputtered a little bit. And it's played far. Oak Park keeps it going 20-16 here in set number 3. Otis and Calissa Minity says hello. There she is.
There she is.
Could prove the spark. Sophia Harris checks into serve. Harris sends it over. Cherry will play it. Casey near the net. Vanderbeek just sends it soft over. Good pass, Otis. And Minity the shove. And Oak Park will have to play it back. They're going to say it was tipped. And we'll keep playing. Oak Park offense. Otis gets the block up front, shoves it over. And a back and forth defensive focused rally. And Travion O'Neal looking for the floor. What a play. These two teams, despite the score, and they're going to call it 2 taps. The double. North Kansas City pulls within 3. We've seen a lot of those plays, and all of them, credit to the Northmen, most of them have went North Kansas City's way. But those long, utterly long possessions as Harris is going to serve that one wide. Oak Park takes a 4-point lead.
It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's just.
Hoopla.
It's great. It goes long. It's great. It's just a great play on both sides. I mean, like, no one wants to give up.
A lot of defense back and forth there. Cherry sends it away, and Calvin unable to play it. 23-18. North Kansas City needs a big play here. I have it as 23-18. Chris, what are we doing? Okay, it's 22-18. Calvin sends it far side. Kalissa Minity. And that's kept alive, but barely. They'll try again. And that one's dug near the sideline. Vanderbeek takes a tumble. And it's 22-19.
Hornets really trying to find that spark to get back into this. I mean, it's like I said, it's kind of the Hornets are really good at like the final points of the third of the set. No matter what set it is, I feel like they're really good.
We saw them in this position in back-to-back sets against Staley as that one is sent far. Harris ran for it and almost played it. North Kansas City 22-20. The deficit, Travion O'Neal to serve. Casey plays it, and an ace. Hello, North Kansas City. Hornets are buzzing back, 22-21.
Really been a tale of two teams on who can keep the momentum going, who can stop
keep the spark.
Just keep the spark going, because both teams have showed that spark and then just start dying just right towards the end.
And Minity dug out well by Casey. A dump and a good play by the setter Coleman. Picks up the kill. Oak Park picks the side out up 21-23. You need a break serve right away. Lindsay Robinette will check in to serve. Opportunity to pick up set point here. She'll send it away. Played off the hands of the libero and the former libero. It's set point for Oak Park, 24-21. Lindsay Robinette will serve. Estes will check in for Nguyen. We'll see how this one plays out.
This is really where you need to really buckle down, because you don't want to go to a fourth set if you're the Hornets.
Otis back sets Minity up top, and we'll play some more.
No, sir! Hornets take the point.
It's like peanut butter to jelly.
Serving into set point.
God, I almost said oil and water, which was the opposite of what I was shooting for. And again, the Otis Minity battery has hurt some feelings.
Has not died yet. Which I don't think will ever die.
Well, Minity's out of here after this year, so.
Great save right there.
Good, yes, a very good save. And it finds the back line. 24-23. Cherry unable to play it. Minity behind the line to serve. We may play extras in set number 3. The rally caps are on. Minity sends it away. Casey plays it. A back set and a free ball for North Kansas City. Far side, Bello tips it over, finds the dead spot, and we're gonna play extra in set number 3.
This is just a way you want as a Hornets. This is just a great way to come back. They were down by more than 3, coming back, stinging back, and that's just a way you need to get to end this set. I mean, they've done this, I don't know how many times.
3 out of the last 6 sets.
Yes, and that's just how you
this
really
is how
need
the
to do
team
it.
works, man.
That's just how the team works. Is that you'll start off slow, you'll start off great, and then all of a sudden you'll find a little spark, it'll die out, and then all of a sudden, right when the set's about to end, that spark will shoot up no matter what the score is. It'll shoot up and it'll win the set.
24-24, timeout. We're going to stay with you 30 seconds left. North Kansas City an opportunity to send us home in 3. We've got extra volleyball in set number 3. Minity will serve out of the gate. And Luke, we are stand-up broadcasters.
We're stand-up broadcasters for this. This is getting intense.
It is.
I mean, I feel like every time we stand up, something big happens, like in the Smithville game.
Yeah, always. Well, we stood up 75% of the Smithville game.
We did, because that game was something else. Definitely one of the games of the year.
Yeah, Calissa Minity behind the line now.
Definitely my top 10 of volleyball games I've seen.
And an ace! Calissa Minity!
It is now game point, and this is what you like to see. Just put Minity out there to be the server and just let her do the work and have the team just fall behind. Because this is just what you love to see from this Hornets team right here.
25-24. We're going to take the timeout with Oak Park. Step away, be back in 58 seconds here on Into Sports in KCHS. And here we are, Minity serving into match point. Just off the net.
Just made it over there. Let's see what they can do here.
And that one might be short. And it's all over! North Kansas City in extras. It is all over in straight sets.
This is how, I know I've said it all the time, but this is how you win a volleyball game. Just find the spark. They have found the spark. I mean, better late than never, am I right?
Final.
This is what you need to see. Just find the final spark to make this game the winner, and just this is what you do to make this team great. This is such a great team that Northtown has not seen in the past 4 years. And
I totally agree.
And I feel like that this is the great way to just end it, especially against Oak Park, one of the biggest rivals
in school
history. It is a great way to end this game.
Send me home happy. Here we go. That'll be it for us tonight. Brennan Kanabe, Luke Casebolt, the Into Sports crew will step away for one final time and see you Thursday night here on Into Sports
And
in KCHS.
As always, it's a great day to be a Hornet.